Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Kingdom Women Talk. Today we're going to be running back wifey material. There was so much to talk about in part one that the Lord saw fit to bring a part two. So today we're going to be exploring wifey material even more. We're going to go deeper. We're going to talk about things that probably we shouldn't be talking about. However, we know it's going to be a blessing to you. So come on, join us in the conversation. Wifey conversation. There's so much to being a wife. We kind of talked about part one a little bit, but we didn't get into so much. There's so much that's happened. You know, the first thing that comes to mind, arguments.
Oh,
yeah.
People spend half of their marriage arguing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even about arguments all the time. Sometimes it's just, I'm going to make you see it my way. Or I'm going to force my will on you, right? And then it's off to the races.
Absolutely.
Arguments. Think about arguments in marriage. Is it worth it?
Sometimes.
And why, ma'am?
Because sometimes I want you to do it my way. I mean, let's be honest. We the wife. We ask the husband, babe, I need you to do, or babe, I was thinking we could, and not even the wife's part, the husband might be saying, hey, babe, I'm thinking maybe we can get together and, this weekend. And you're like, no. And he's like, why not? Cause we can't afford, and this, that, and that. He's like, you always talking about money. Well, we can't afford. Life is too short. I'm saying, let's go. So we get into an argument about that.
Right.
Or sometimes it could be, I asked you to do such and such, and you didn't do it. And I told you I was going to get to it.
Right.
And then we argue about that.
Right.
So half the time, we either arguing about something that's mundane, or we're arguing about something that's very small.
Yes. Thoughts?
Yeah. I don't think that it's always.
Do you agree? Is it necessary?
I don't always think it's necessary.
Because we can be petty.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. And sometimes my point isn't really that important to get across, but just the mere fact that I want to make sure that you heard me, and I need you to acknowledge that I was right.
Not to acknowledge.
Acknowledge that I was right.
No, don't clap on that. No.
Acknowledge that I was right. And then we can move on. But really, it's not really that important. Sometimes we do have to humble ourselves, really, and allow our spouse to know that they're right. And 9 times out of 10, we do end up coming back saying, dang, I should have listened. You were correct. I have to apologize.
I didn't do that.
You didn't?
Nope.
Oh, hey.
Well, I don't always do it.
I
don't always do it either.
She said that's probably why she's divorced.
I don't always do it. However, I do it.
I think it's good for us to acknowledge when, you know what, I misspoke. You were right. Yeah. Or I should have listened. Now, I can understand also why it's difficult because it gives them the big head. Right? Because once you acknowledge that, you was right, then that filters into the next time and the next time and the next time and the next time.
Remember the last time we had an argument, I was right, now I'm right. Or, it's just like, but I was going to say this, I don't know what I'm supposed to say, I'm saying it anyway. Sometimes arguments are a little healthy, a little aphrodisiac,
Oh, yeah.
You get to arguing and then you got to have that makeup. Babe, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say all what I said. The half apology.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean or he like, babe, you know what? For real, you was right. You was right, babe.
Right.
You know,
That's
you
right.
want to go, no, quit. Don't do that. I'm still married. No.
But you're right, though.
But
You're
you
right.
really like, you know. So sometimes, that's why I said sometimes.
Yes, because that argument can bring, you got makeup sex,
Ooh.
you got I'm wrong gifts, please forgive me flowers,
Yeah.
right?
Are you want to go to the movies? I know you said you wanted to go, even though they don't want to go see it.
They don't. Or how about what you've been asking for that was too costly. Now all of a sudden it comes affordable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything becomes on the table. So you're right. There are some pluses to
Or he been asking for
arguments.
steak and you've been giving him ground beef. Now today you giving him a big old baby. I bought you a sirloin today.
Troy ain't eating it. Troy ain't gonna eat it.
Or whatever he likes.
What he said? Troy ain't gonna eat it. He
Well,
gonna be
I
like,
don't cook,
he gonna
so
say
I ain't
something
eating
something wrong with
I'm
him.
going to take you out to eat.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But
I
you
will
know,
take y'all to eat.
what happens afterwards though? Like, how do we get to that point? Because the Bible says that the sun should not set on our wrath, right? And
true.
that's a big girl, big guy move, because we argue and what do?
We go to bed, man.
We go to bed mad.
Sleeping on the very edge of the bed.
On the edge, if you blow on me, I'm gonna fall off.
Snatching cover. You snatching cover. I'm snatching
I
cover.
have been guilty of that. Honestly, I have. Yes.
Right.
You snatching cover. I'm snatching
How
cover.
about you get up and go get you your own cover? That way you ain't got to worry.
You sleeping on top of the cover.
Because we're not gonna touch. You know, thinking about it, it's so crazy. But in that moment, we really have to convince ourselves it's the right thing to do.
So true.
Like it's the right thing to do, but it's not the godly thing to do.
Right.
No, you
I
right.
agree with that.
You know, the right thing to do and the godly thing to do. Two different perspectives, right?
Definitely.
We should make amends, and which leads us to agree. Can we agree to disagree?
Yeah, sometimes it is to that point. I mean, you come together in a marriage, you're two completely different people. So you're not always going to share the same views, but you do have to agree to hear the other person out and their views. And you may not agree with it, and you can voice that as well, but it still doesn't deter what their opinion is. And you have to acknowledge what it is that they're saying as being their opinion.
Yeah. And I think also the big girl move in that is I have to be okay if their opinion don't match my opinion or their thoughts don't match mine. I thought, you're right. We got together because we were two different people.
Exactly.
Opposites may have attracted, but then now I don't appreciate that.
Right.
I don't appreciate the opposite because I want you to be on the same way path as myself, which in the reality, do we really want that? Like,
No, it's boring.
Right.
Really, it is.
Who wants a mini me?
Yeah.
In a man form.
Right.
Right.
That's weird thinking about. That's weird. That's stuff, right.
Right.
I mean, if you've had a son, there you go. But I don't want to be your mini me, and you don't want to be me. And I think the fact that we are opposites, like I do want somebody like I love to read that loves to read. However, he may love to read sci-fi or biographies or poems, and I don't read that stuff, but if he wants to talk to me about it, I'm going to have to be receptive to say, I don't like it, but I'm going to listen.
Yeah.
Babe, what you think about this poem?
Girl, every
I
time
don't
she
wanna-
say poem, I think she is saying porn.
No, poem.
My eyes keep blinking.
Poem, y'all. Poem.
Oh, okay. How much you? I'm tracking.
Poem.
I'm tracking.
No, because if it was the PORN, it would definitely be not in this house. No, don't even try it. No.
Oh my goodness. So look, think about the younger me, right? I got married at a young age, and think about the younger me and thinking about the me now. The younger me, loud, crazy, adventurous, fearless, right? But were those really characteristics of a wife? It's like somebody had to be bat crazy to marry all of that. That was a lot going on.
I can't say that it's not wifey material if that's who you are. You know, I can't say that. I do the loud part about it, like toning it down some. I agree with that part.
But then what's the
but that
definition of
adventurous
loud?
part and those things add to a relationship.
Not loud as in loud, like volume loud, but just personality just loud. It's like,
And that might be what drew him to you.
because it's polar opposites. Polar opposites. But then you think about integrating that in your family, like integrating that. So every family can't receive that. And is that a deal breaker?
I don't think it's a deal breaker. And let me go back. When I said loud, I initially was speaking about the volume.
Yeah.
But personality wise, I mean, you can't water down who you are.
Yeah.
And they have to, if they don't, they will learn who you are and know that that's genuinely you. You're not putting on, it's not a fake.
Right.
That's who I am.
Right.
And you shouldn't water down who you are or dim your light because someone else is not able to take all of that.
That's good.
That's something that you have to continue to be. They'll learn to adapt to it eventually.
Yes, that's really good that you said that, because oftentimes you do have people scaling it back so the other one can shine, and that's vice versa, right? Because it can happen in other ways.
Right.
But then when you get tired of scaling it back, and then you become your authentic self, it's not who you. It's not. They don't know who you are.
Right. So remain consistent to who you are from the beginning.
But most men, like I said, for me earlier, he knew who you were when he started dating you. Loud, adventurous, crazy, just, full of it. And he looked at that and like, wow, that, was just something about you, that character of you that just drew him in. And if that was too much for him, I don't think he would have stayed around long enough, or it would have been difficult, because then if he would have been trying to change you, mold you into being who he wanted you to be, then I think knowing you like I've known you, that would have been, oh, then you need to go find that person.
And you're absolutely correct. Let her be the one then. Right. Because who can walk around not being themselves? Absolutely. I mean, that's too much work to be able to do that. So what about
but let me just
ahead.
finish on that. But you do have some people, woman or man, that will scale themselves back to please that person,
so true.
To fit into that person's family.
Right.
Like when we're together in private, you all for who I am, but you're also telling me now we're going to meet my parents, or we're going to my mom and my daddy's house.
Yeah.
You got to scale it back a little.
Yeah.
Because, my mama, she this, or my daddy, he don't this, or my sister, and whatever, whoever, my grandma, whoever it is, you got to pull it in, rein it in, because he don't want them to look at you. He got that hot mess over there. She loud.
Yeah.
She's crazy. They don't see what he sees. What he sees, he loves.
Yeah.
But however, he loves his family, so he doesn't. People have been in that situation where some people are just not courageous enough to say, "Hey, this is who I married. This is who I love.
Yeah.
Y'all don't go home with her. I do."
That's good that you brought that up, because you do have a lot of people that's in that particular situation. I thank the Lord that wasn't mine. My in-laws embraced me, but I can only imagine how that makes someone feel like you're not enough, right? Like you're not enough. Like who I am as a person, how God created me, is not enough, or that you're ashamed, of me. Right. It's like behind closed doors, you're perfectly fine with this, but then when we're going out, you got to prep talk me.
Right. Yeah. Let me give you A's and B's of what to do and not to do.
Oh my goodness, I don't imagine, but I'm sure there's someone who lives their life like that for certain.
Yeah.
What about wifey material in terms of child rearing? Does it take a special kind of woman to be able to rear children?
Yeah, you do have to have a nurturing side. And not everybody grows up in that type of environment. So you do tend to live your life out from the environment in which you were reared in. So if not, and you don't have those around you to teach you or show you that side, it can be a little difficult because children do require nurturing.
Yeah. And what about if I'm a wife and I don't want any children? Is that a deal breaker? Because you have some that just don't have a desire. Or what about when one wants and one don't want?
For some men, it is.
You know?
Yeah,
for some men it is, especially if they want a family. And those are conversations that you should have pre-marriage. Because if you're not willing to bear children and that is his dream, that's his goal, to have a family and have a large family, you even have to talk about that, the number of children. Those are conversations that need to be had before you say I do, so that you all are both walking in agreement in those areas and it doesn't create a conflict or an issue in your marriage,
because that could be that could tear the marriage totally apart.
Which also leaves room for don't be deceptive with it, because you really want this person and you're willing to agree to do any and everything they want. And then you say, I want to have kids. And then once you're married, 2 years in, somebody between the two of you, husband or wife, okay, when we're going to start making our family. And you come up with every excuse, babe, give me 2 more years on the job. Or she's saying, I just finished grad school. And, you got all these excuses.
Well, how about you just fake taking your pills? And he don't know. I mean, I heard that all the time. I just keep taking my pills. Or I just keep this. Or I just keep that. And he, clueless, don't know.
Till he find that pack.
Right. And then you got some explaining to do. It's like,
the doctor said, that will help regulate my period.
Lies.
Lies and deception. Right. Because you really want this person. And that's not fair to the person, man, or if the man is saying he wants kids. But, maybe 3 years ago he had a vasectomy. But he's telling you he want to have kids. And then it's like, I don't know why it's happening. I don't know why it's not happening.
Right.
Or like you just said, she's taking her birth control.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't get pregnant.
So doesn't that same deception, that made me think about the same deception as it pertains to any area, right? You just need to walk in your authentic truth. Be you. Don't be deceptive. Because people are not just deceptive to keep a man or to keep a woman just in the child rearing. They hide a lot.
They cross over.
They scale a lot back, or try to keep a lot until I get you. Right. Let me just rope it in, and then I can go. And that's not how you want to foundation a relationship. Right. That is definitely for certain. What do you think is the best characteristic, or the one characteristic that every wife needs? What do you think?
I would say trust.
Trust. Why trust?
Trust is really the foundation of your relationship with your partner, with your husband, because that's where you're able to really let down the facade that you may put on from 9 to 5 when you're at a job, or that you put on in front of others. You can let all that go in front of that person and really be who you are and comfortable in your skin and don't have to worry about judgment. I think that-that's a safe place even for you to, share certain information that you can't share with anyone else. So that trust is really, really a solid foundation, and it's definitely needed. If you don't have it, it's very difficult to manage a marriage through distrust.
That's true. To be your authentic self, because don't nobody want to wait. I'm going to tell you what, the first time I think Troy looked and I had that headscarf on, because when we was dating, I won't wear no headscarf.
Right?
But the first time, I was my authentic self. And this is what it really looks like in the morning. He was like, well, what
No, how about the first time you passed gas in front of him?
Oh, no, wait.
Under the cover.
How about you? Okay, so, since all transparency, because we did premarital shacking, right? So how about you got to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to hold it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send him to the store.
I ain't do all none
Can
of
you
that.
go to the store?
No, ma'am.
No, Sheila.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, girl, and then no, him either. If he was in there, I just need to get that spray before you come out. And if I'm in there, he could babe. We having a I'm busy.
Really?
No problem, girl.
I was like, whew, he need to go somewhere.
No, I ain't doing all that. No.
Or I go get in the shower and the water is running, so I can go to the bathroom. Then I can take a bath.
Yeah.
Until I got comfortable with being, and I don't know if I was trying to hide anything about myself. It's just that I just thought I just wasn't comfortable.
This is what's gonna happen, so you might as well prepare yourself.
I wasn't ready to jump in the deep end. I was just like, okay.
I think on my first date with Ray, he was like, excuse me, babe.
On the first date?
First date, girl.
Do you know on the first
roll the windows down. I'm like,
on the first
but see, we were older. We were in our 40s when we got married.
Okay, so in the 40s, that's what they doing on first dates? They passing gas?
Girl.
Like, what is that what they doing?
Girl, it's gotta come out. It's gotta come out. More room out than in.
If it gotta come out.
So first date. So on first date, on our first date, I thought it went very well. And the first thing that my husband asked me, he said, okay, is that hair yours? Is all that hair yours? Because one thing I don't do is I don't like a bunch of weave. I don't like wigs. I don't like all that fake stuff. So I just need to know, is all of that yours? First I'm thinking, the nerve of him. So I just started being, no, it's not. Is there a problem? He said, we'll see. On the first date. So then the second date, by this time I've washed my hair, so it's just straight. And I meet him for lunch. The first thing he says to me is, oh, come on. The other day it was curly, now you got the long. He's like, oh, come on now. He was like, for real. And so I said, no, it really is mine. He said, no, it was just, you just had, what was the other stuff you had? And so I was like, no, literally, date 2, I have to part my scalp so he can see that it's really my hair. So I say all that to say, men really do want us to be authentic.
Absolutely.
Whatever that is, whether you sewing it, growing it, whether you got lashes, makeup, whatever it is, they want to know
what they getting.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They want to know all of it, good, bad, indifferent. I just was a little taken aback that he was so forward in asking me, like the nerve of you, right? But I could appreciate the fact that from the jump, he was like, that's not what I like. Now, did I pay that any attention? Oh, no. Mm-mm.
I guess by the time we got married, we're at the age where pretext and all that stuff was out the door. Pretending to be somebody you're not. I mean, come on, 40-something.
Right.
Really, I have a lot of time to be gaming you.
Right.
To be pretending to be.
But believe it or
someone
not, Sheila, there's still a lot of women that's in that age group that still do that, though.
Playing games.
Yeah. I'm just not one of them.
Right.
I'm like, this is what you get, nappy head and all right.
Right.
Ray saw a picture of me before he met me. I used to work with a woman that was dating his coworker.
Okay.
And she told me, she said, they play baseball. You want to come to a baseball game with me? And because he had asked, who is that? So I was like, yeah. So first time I went and saw him, he was playing baseball. And I'll never forget, his hat fell off, and he had donut.
He was
Slide
bald?
at the top.
Okay.
You know, hair come out, but it was at that donut.
Oh, like a Sherman Hensley.
Like that donut.
Oh, okay.
I was like, he got a donut. Now he kind of cute. Oh, well.
Wait,
I'll meet him.
the donut first, and then he's kind of cute secondary.
In that order. Because that's how I saw it.
Okay.
Because he was running, and the hat fell off. Oh, because you know Ray was 6'1". I was like, and he tall too. Okay. He came
So
over.
the tall made up for the donut.
I didn't even care about the donut. I just noticed it.
Okay.
He got the donut. Oh, wow. You know, but he took me first, you know, we went out, ate. He can't hold nothing, food, nothing. I'll be back, I'll go to the bathroom. Gas, belching, you know. Okay.
On the first day.
For real, girl, for real. And then, you know, when he tried to get his little sexy on, hey, I think I'm in love. I'm like, don't start, Negro. Don't you even try it, but I'm going.
So at that moment, did you feel like you was wifey material? Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, so you was ready, 40-something, you was ready.
Girl, I had been ready.
Okay.
Because I believed I was always wifey material because I was already a mother of not only my other two, but brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You know, so I already felt I was wifey material. You know, I just didn't have a husband, you know, because I treated all the boyfriends
Like they were husbands.
You know, cooking, fix the plate. Here you go. You know.
So was that because you wanted them to be your husband, or is that because that's how because we're trained that way sometimes.
Yeah. No.
To do that.
I didn't, at that time, I wasn't thinking of marriage. I was just thinking this is how a woman treats her man.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's good, y'all. This has been, I think, I've laughed so hard today. It's funny. Yes, this has been a good segment. But I want to encourage, you know, someone and let them know that wifey material is outside and inside. And the one thing that Proverbs 18:22 lets us know that he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. So if you desire to be a wife, just know that he finds, which means that you don't have to put yourself out there. You don't have to do extra, because God has already ordained that special person for you, and he will find you, right? So you don't have to go looking for him. Just keep living your life, doing what you're doing on purpose, and know that destiny will track you down for that appointed time. And also, it's a benefit. We wives, we are the blessing because he finds us. That means he gets favor from the Lord. So with that, never dummy yourself down.
Yes.
Never walk in anything other than being your authentic self. Never feel like you have to put airs on to please your significant other, your boyfriend. And also, it's okay to have demands and aspirations of being a wife and not wanting to be someone's girlfriend for the rest of your life. It is favorable for God. It's favorable in God's eyes that he finds a wife, which means that all we have to do is sit back and wait on the timing of God. So until next time, continue to follow us on Instagram and Facebook under @KingdomWomenTalk, and we will see you next time. Be blessed.